Hello and welcome to the second issue of the fractalforums.com news. We have to announce the end of the fractalforums.com submission period, which has ended on 1st of June. With more than nearly 200 entries, we have 140 still frames to review, 17 film entries, each with a minimum length of 5 minutes, so you have a whole of 1.5 hours of fractal footage to enjoy, and nearly 40 shorter animations, making a total of 200 entries. Only fractalforums.com gallery voting system counts the results. If you are a registered forums member, you will see a 5-star voting system below the description of each entry. Do not vote on YouTube, Flickr or DeviantArt. I do want to show you a few entries just as examples, not wanting to promote them. Therefore they won't be linked. I just provide a link to the main gallery and take your time and review each of the entries. We start with introducing the film sections, and the first film is Let Me Go by user Merdad Art from New York, and he has produced an official music video clip for the band Flinch, as well from New York, which is an awesome, collision-free, hand-synchronized, nearly 6-minute long animation part through a morphing, dynamically created 3D fractal object. User Ify is one of the 2 users who managed to get 3 entries into the competition. He wanted us to show that 5-minute long fractal movies don't need long render times, and his first entry is a race through the canyons, using all the crayons, where a little spaceship follows moving lights through a canyon world. The second entry tells a nice story of whatever content, but we had a big laugh, especially at the end when the lightning striked. And his last entry is a longer, nicely mixed roller coaster ride through a fractal theme park with a real pleasure ride. Enjoy it. The other contestant who managed to enter 3 contributions to the contest is user Mandelbrot, who takes us in his first entry to a moving magma flux cave, obviously a volcanic structure, and his second entry features a little story of the history of the Mandelbrot set, and it starts out with the Mandelbrot set as seen by Mandelbrot himself in the early 70s, where he just saw black dots on his computer printer. And his last entry shows nice color cycling images of deep zoom Mandelbrot fractal structures using really soft, smooth coloring. And additionally, I want to show a few entries from the still frame section, hand selected by me, and again I will just feature a link to the gallery. The Infinity set contains itself a nice spork, spoon and knife, made especially for the Fractal Forums art competition, but it's not a 3D image, it's a Photoshop collage image, so it's real handwork fractal art. The second example is a Tropicana, a nice colorful living image. Wildlife features a painting-like structure, a flower on a window, which is made completely in a fractal program, this time ultra fractal. Cave of Trees is a nice tree-like structure. High Beam features a Mandelbrot set with a beam coming out of its front. And Self-Portrait by user Socrates shows himself in a cage, and I do hope it is a golden one. The dancing fractals resemble a glass-like structure, and Into the Abyss is a nice submarine image combined with a fractal. And the hippie heart is just because I want to heart you all. Okay, and next news is announcing of the Värmland exhibition in Karlstad, Sweden, as announced in the last session. And user Kraftwerk has provided a nice footage of a walk by through the exhibition, and I invite you to watch what's going on there. And those are the remains of an interview I took on Skype a few days ago with Kraftwerk and Bib, who are the artists of the Karlstadt Museum exhibition. Do you have anything to say about fractalforums.com and your connection to fractalforums.com?
It's the place to be.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place to be. I mean, there is no place, other place like Fractal Forums where you have these programmers and artists, and I mean, this is where everything happens in terms of innovation, and also it's a great vehicle to make fractals more popular. So, Christian, your dedication is really much appreciated in the community, and you are really an example for all of us fractalists in order to make it more popular.
And the forum is active like ever, and we want to use this show to feature links to the forums and what is going on. And this time I would like to point you to the Mandelbrot Safari thread opened up by user Mandelbrot, which has a nice smooth coloring system for deep zoom images. And he started with an image of like 5,000 iterations, and he continues to go deeper, deeper and deeper every day. That's all about it. The news will continue its show for the next weeks. Stay tuned and vote. Please vote. Oh, and we have additionally some breaking news. And since it is again about the Holy Grail for us fractal fanatics, and since last show idea popped up to slice out a 3D Mandelbrot out of a higher dimensional object, but not out of a quaternion, but we all know that quaternions are boring. And they just try to slice a 3-dimensional object out of a 5 or 6-dimensional vector space. And as long as fractal properties are provided, this would work. Stay tuned. That's it for today. Vote. Goodbye.